I'm Laura Ingraham, and this is the Ingraham Angle from Charleston, South Carolina, tonight on the eve of the Democratic primary. Now, we're coming to you live from the historic Palmetto Brewery, the oldest brewery in the state. Of course, we're coming for the beer. I mean, is there politics involved? Yes. All right, Charleston is absolutely hopping tonight. The president just wrapped a massive rally at the Coliseum a few miles from here. And just to give you an idea about how passionate the crowd was, folks were barbecuing. I kid you not. They brought their own barbecues at 4 a.m. this morning. And that's just the kind of excitement and enthusiasm that the Democrats are trying to emulate and trying to, get going in their own party for tomorrow's primary. Now, throughout the hour, we're going to be talking to some of our favorite analysts, South Carolina voters, and those who know the state best. Now, along the way, we're going to show you our own interactions with the voters today, including from Fox's own Jono Caldwell, who is on the other side of the state at Joe Biden's rally tonight. Now, as for Joe, the former vice president seems poised to win based on the latest polls. He's up about 12 points in the Real Clear Politics average. And you might remember I told you this last night, that those most invested in the Biden blowout tomorrow are the Democrat and the media establishment. They see Sanders as a threat, and they hope Biden can, pull out a comeback move and catapult himself and his lagging campaign ahead for the Super Tuesday contests that are coming right down the pike. Now, Biden himself thinks a victory tomorrow might wrap up the whole thing for him.
Jim Clyburn and so many others have supported me. You send me out of here with a victory that's significant, then I think I'm going to be the next nominee in the United States.
All right, Barack Obama's upset victory here over Hillary Clinton in 2008 was his springboard to the nomination. But does Biden really have the Obama magic? One word, no. Okay. Look, even if Biden does win big tomorrow, he still has major problems. And I'm going to talk about them tonight, walk you through this right now. Here's the first problem. His continuous stream of gaffes and just bizarre statements. It seems to be getting worse, not better. Now, just listen to some of what he said just in the last 24 hours.
I'm looking forward to appointing the first African-American woman to the United States Senate. China doesn't have enough water, W-A-T-E-R. The idea that they are our competition, they're going to beat us, is bizarre. If someone in this room got up, took off all her clothes and walked out the door, no man has a right to touch her.
Number two, his campaign is quickly running out of cash and big donors are holding back. And that suggests a much bigger problem, as former Obama administration official Van Jones pointed out.
There's a weakness in the Biden campaign that is obvious. It's not just a weakness in the candidate. A former vice president, two-term vice president, Obama's guy, should be just sucking in money. He's broke. That shows you there's a lack of enthusiasm, not just at the grassroots level where he would have needed that, but also at the top.
Van Jones himself seems bored, doesn't he? Okay, and third problem. 1/3 of the Democrat delegates are awarded, and that doesn't look good for Biden, okay? In California, he's going to get his clock cleaned by Bernie, who's up on average. Today, it was about 17 points in the latest polls. Meanwhile, Biden is polling under 15% in the state. And that means he might not even meet the viability threshold to get any delegates, because that's how many there are in California. It's a huge treasure trove. Now, the last 3 polls out of Texas have Bernie leading, and Biden thought the South at some point was going to be his firewall. It's just not adding up. Now, that doesn't even take into account commanding leads that Bernie has in Massachusetts, Wisconsin, and Utah, states that will also be voting on Super Tuesday. Now, given all this, even with a Biden win tomorrow, here's my question. How can the Democrat establishment deny Bernie the nomination if this is what the landscape remains after today, after tomorrow?